Get it done!
Where we last left off. You guys had finished selling off the entire crew of the USS Hippie Love ship into slavery and had gone back to the base. The ship they had been flying in that you literally cratered and actually cratered in the frickin' middle of the spaceport has been chopped to shreds and is being dispersed amongst all of their places. The amount you earned from that was enough to pay for the amount of damage that you caused, so you broke even there. You now have a slave pilot named something. I'll have to break up my notes. Where are my notes?
Can I just say that no,
Does anyone,
no previously on game statement should ever start with,
want
you
maybe
finished selling the crew of this place into
explain,
slavery.
slavery to me?
What's that?
You broke up.
Oh, excuse me. Well, they ship crashed, they sold the crew into slavery, and they got a good pilot out of it.
Did anyone explain to me in a nice way what slavery is? Because I may have a moral conundrum towards it.
Fortunately, you weren't there, so we're just going to gloss over that horrible process.
We hired us a new pilot.
Yes. He is financially indebted to us.
I believe proper term is indentured.
Yeah, but we ain't using the proper term there. Because old binary heads they won't understand.
Yeah, he seems well endowed or well adapted to his current lifestyle. But he creeps out the rabbit slightly here and there. Okay, well that day rolls off. That day finishes up, and evening rolls around. So you guys are all at the garrison this evening. You have officers' quarters for each of you. They're Spartan, but not bad by any real standard.
Acceptable.
Yeah, that's all they're really shooting for. It's enough that you guys aren't going to seriously complain, but also not enough to merit staying in your room all day. Andrew has a broom closet, but anyway.
With a charge port.
With a charge port.
I don't sleep.
At all. Okay, so you're wandering around the base in the middle of the night,
Period.
freaking everybody out.
Creeper.
Alright, so the night begins. Does anyone have any particular activities they want to do this evening?
I'm going to somewhere and requisitioning a lawn chair.
You go to the quartermaster.
No, I'm not going to the quartermaster.
Alright, while you're at the spaceport, you see a guy sitting in a lawn chair that looks kind of beat up. He looks at you as you walk past him.
I turn around as I notice it. Give him the look at him, lock eyes with him.
Okay, he looks back at you.
Give him the vibe of out of that chair.
Make a... Is there an intimidate stat?
I'm sure there is, and I'm sure I'm terrible at it.
I assume it's aggression.
I don't know, there should be a bonus.
Okay, fine, make an aggression check. We'll see if you exude enough pure menace that he gets off the rickety old chair.
Yeah.
Okay, he kind of glances at you for a second and glances at the chair and gets up and stands up. Can I help you?
Walk up, put my left hand on the back of the chair, and just go, move along.
That's here. Make an aggressive check for him. His aggression's probably a lot lower than yours. Okay. He looks at the ferocious death mutant rabbit and kind of goes,
I spit some chaw down on his feet.
yeah, he kind of goes, yeah, I'm not fighting over a raggedy old fucking lawn chair. And he walks away.
All right. I take my newly acquired lawn chair. And I head back to, I don't know, somewhere on the base that looks rural. Maybe like near like the marching grounds or something.
Okay, the parade grounds, you find that.
Sure. I sit down and pull out my my flask of shine, put in some more chewing tobacco, and enjoy the sun.
All right, that's what you do. No one, you're an officer. No one really protests it. What else does everyone do?
Meditate. Don't steal shit from people.
Okay, you go to your room, holding your sword arced awesomely over your head, and proceed to meditate for a period of time. Because that is actually how Eridani meditate. They do not go they go ha for 45 minutes in a row.
They shriek.
Not shriek. Well, maybe. I don't know. If they can keep it up for 45 minutes, they probably would.
I go to the shooting range and get a pair of headphones, and then go back to my room.
Headphones, not hearing protection.
Yeah, instead of hearing protection.
Yes, we understand what he meant.
My
Moze.
shrieks.
Yes.
I imagine
Yeah,
the
as you're-
Eridani like doing bro speak. Nothing to it but
Go
to do
for
it.
it. I don't care. All right, and Andrew, you walk around the base all evening.
Well, actually, since they tend to have a habit of me hacking the systems to see how far I would go, I just want to do that again.
They hate you so much. All right, fine. Make your hacking checks against the base computers.
It is 20 levels.
So that's a computer operations check,
Yeah.
okay? You find every place to hit. You need to actually make hacking checks to hack it.
Okay. So
you-
defeat.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you add our new pilot into the list so he can fly? And requisition is a nice land speeder.
12.
All right. So that you know exactly where to hit, and you are able to. You already have an ID to get partially into the system. You're able to convince the system that you, in fact, have a clearance to pretty much everything in the entire base. However, if you start changing lots of stuff, you're going to get noticed pretty quickly.
I don't want to change anything. I just want to make assessments of assets on wherever we are. For future reference and for necessity's sake, if we are in trouble or something, I know what's on the base, where it is, how to get to it.
Okay. You're easily able to look up pretty much everything on that entire base. You get access to the master supply list. You get access to General Grievous. You get access to whatever else is in the entire system's database. All right. Stormtroopers appear from the one side, and the lightsaber-wielding Jedi Knights. Masters.
Darth Vader.
Oh, and Darth Vader, who is also helping the Jedi Knights and Lord Grievous at the same time. No, okay. You guys got a complete inventory list of the database. Dooku and the Stormtrooper are making up.
Coolest ever!
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave now.
Sarah, please go.
Ah, dude, cold.
Someone's mine then?
All right. You have stuff in. Okay, so you have a complete list of every data and system in the entire base.
Or the dogs. Let the dogs in.
And an evil.
Oh, I also don't tell anyone in my group since I just did it on my own.
That's probably for the best, because they never use any information like that for good. Alright, you do notice, out of curiosity, while you're looking through this thing, that the mining area has been listed off limits due to a missing patrol, and the logging machine has multiple people who have been killed and skinned around it. Those are two of the locations you were informed that you'd be looking at.
Okay. Well, I'm not so worried because I don't have skin. So.
There you go.
The only time that lacking skin will help you.
Children of the corn, here we come.
Okay.
So do I see anything interesting
Yes,
while
could you-
I'm sitting on the playground?
As you're sitting around, make me some too. As you are sitting around the parade grounds, yeah, everyone's just walking around talking. There's generally, they're kind of looking at you guys respectfully because you're supposed to deal with some of the more serious issues around the base. So, they're all kind of freaked out about you though because you look like a big terrible thing.
As I should.
That doesn't narrow it down,
and
actually, who you're talking
yeah,
about.
and Buddy Joe, lacking anything else to do, is sitting reverently at your feet, kind of like a dog.
Really? That doesn't creep you out more? Anything else?
Mine was creepier. The one I drew was creepier.
No, yours was scary. Yours was scary. That's creepy.
Whatever.
All right. So anyway, yeah,
Why are you signal flaring us?
I got nothing else to do.
he's trying to Men in Black mind wipe us all. Fortunately, that doesn't have any impact on Moze, but still, the rest of us are in trouble.
I forget Ryan.
Okay.
But not
So the evening passes rather uneventfully. Next morning rolls around. There's reveille actually at this base.
yeah, I wake up in my lawn chair because I'll sleep there.
Yeah, you wake up in the lawn chair, and there is the second lieutenant that greeted you is standing next to you, kind of glaring at you, looking super pissed. And by the way, Buddy Joe crawled in your lap sometime in the middle of the night.
About probably 3 or so hours earlier than it would have happened, I would just went out there and stand.
Okay, you've been standing on the parade ground, or just where have you been standing?
Just standing on the parade ground in my position, just waiting, because I had nothing else better to do besides analyze data.
Yeah, you're an officer. You don't actually have a position. So you're sitting in one of the review sections where an officer should stand. Revelry plays. Everyone runs up. And after a minute or two of everyone sitting there, you see lieutenants and sergeants walking around, yelling at people, getting everyone lined up. Everyone looks pretty good. After a few minutes, Uantai, your comm beeps. Like, you hear,
Well, that is
Lieutenant, apparently one of your men is on the field waiting for review, sir?
for review.
Yes, we do reveille here in the morning.
Huh.
He has been dutifully standing here waiting for you for the past 3 hours.
Does he look like very large and mechanical?
What's your character's name, Andrew?
Joe Bob. I think someone named me that.
His last name is Bob, Mr. Bob, according to his file. Your communicator flashes a picture of Joe Bob. It looks
of course.
exactly like that, sir.
I will be right there.
Okay. Well, meanwhile, everyone else is having a nice, efficient process. All the officers are getting everything taken care of, or the sergeants, excuse me, are getting everything taken care of. You don't actually have a sergeant, Andrew. Eventually, Uentai runs out.
You probably passed
You could
me on the
actually,
way back.
yeah, you could actually see the scorn rolling off of all the other lieutenants for the late Iridani. One of the other Iridani lieutenants is actually kind of just You can see the look in his eye. You are a mundag. It's very depressing.
Okay. Take a thumb to the crossguard of my sword, expose just enough of it, and give him a dirty look before moving on to my person who apparently needs inspected.
Yeah, as you do that, he pretty much mirrors your move.
I'm already missing an eye, so, you know.
Yeah. He's not backing down, but you kind of get the impression. He doesn't actually want to fight a duel, but he's also not going to back down if you challenge him to a duel.
Do it.
You are also aware that per your SSDC contract, you're really not supposed to in the middle of the day. Especially over this.
Do an inspection, then duel.
Shake my head, grunt, and move on.
He sneers at you even more as you leave, but that's about as far as it goes.
Find him later. Anyway.
Alright, you see everyone else is pretty much done. Only Andrew's character is standing there. A lone sentinel.
Andrew, what is your character's rank?
Whatever the from I was a grunt.
So you got promoted one time. That makes you. I don't remember what. At the end of your last mission, everyone got one raise in grade. So give me a sec here. I don't remember what that actually means in this thing. 4th edition. Bane.
Mercenary rank, you begin as an ensign, then you go to private.
Oh, so I am a private. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Private Bob, I see you are standing for inspection?
I was told to stand here by some entity.
Entity is very vague term. This entity was physical, walking around like you and I?
Physical of the same genetical proportion as human, but most humans look the same. He did not give any type of insignia. I asked for protocols, plus all information I ingested from their database conferred by suggested of standing here at approximately said whatever time reveille is.
It's like
After
6.
processing all the data I could get off this base, I decided to come here and process that data while standing.
I see. So you are standing at attention, arms down at your side, chin up, back straight, because you were told.
If I'm not doing those things, I do them literally as he says them out loud.
That's why I'm saying them.
Yeah, I'm going to say you weren't because you really didn't understand the postures of everyone else around you, and you've never been asked to do this stuff before. Actually, no, you went through boot camp. You are keenly aware of exactly how to stand because you can distinctly remember a 6 foot 4 inch tall python, or no, wait, 7 foot 4 inch tall python lizard screaming them down at you that you will stand in exactly that fashion when you went through boot camp.
Well, if I'm not, I am.
Okay.
Okay.
So he snaps to attention. Walk a circle around him. Hands clasped behind my back. Just take stock of who is remaining around us since you said they were dispersing.
Yeah, he's pretty much the last person on the field. Everyone else was done with their inspections before you got there. The people who are still standing there are the people who were incompetent enough not to pass inspection.
Just like sigh, deflate a little bit. This is not something I wish to do. If we were to do this, the rabbit would make me look very bad. For one.
May I give a positive criticism?
Please do.
You can order me to not do reveille. To my understanding, you are still my superior officer unless an officer above you states otherwise.
Yes, I was leading up to that. Don't come here again.
Unless
Now I
ordered
have
by
to kill.
officer above you.
Well, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But now, because you have come here, I have to kill. I think it was that guy, like pointing off in the distance. Yes.
Fortunately for the
Wait,
Battlemaster,
are you seriously going to be fighting another Iridani?
It's
fortunately for the Battlemaster, as you were discussing this, you see him and his entire squad loading onto an aerial transport and flying off. So that
But it's not this day.
you saw the Iridani that was disrespecting me, though, correct?
Yes,
Do you not store image files?
of course.
Save that one. I
Well,
will get him
I
later.
can't exactly project it. I can make a nice drawing if you want.
You can point him out when next we see him.
Of course, officer.
Thank you.
Add him to my kill list.
You are dismissed. Wait for the orders. We will very shortly be gathering for our next objective.
I have been having hard times finding activities to do while waiting. Is there anything that you can provide for me that would keep me occupied?
See, I always kept him occupied. Worst boss ever.
Calculate square root of pi. Move on.
Finished.
Completed.
Stop that. Take up knitting. I don't know.
What is knitting?
Fibers. You know what fibers are.
Of course.
How have you gotten this far?
Your body is
with
made of many fibers.
so little. Fine. You find fibers, like yarn or twine or anything like that, and you.
Rabbit hair.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you real quick, Moze. Literally, you're going to be asking me to take skill points and put them into knitting. That's what you're going to be doing.
Yes, he just did.
Anything to end this
Mr.
conversation is what he's doing.
Okay. The first file you put up, by the way, mentions that rabbit hair makes excellent yarn.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a bald, freakishly scarred rabbit. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, you get off of Revelry, or everyone then runs over and gets breakfast, which now breakfast is being served. You guys, except for Andrew who doesn't eat, go to the officer's mess to eat breakfast.
No, I'm not. I'm up there.
You're taking your morning shower, which is fine. You can eat breakfast later.
I feel I should be worried that the rabbit is not here.
Let's see here. What's his name? Major Crowley asks you. So what happened yesterday?
Hello, sir. We were able to recover the ship. There were no, how to say, the remaining survivors
I believe you're looking for
were
intelligent
hostile.
life.
Well, yes.
There was no intelligent life.
They were definitely not intelligent, and they were hostile. So we dealt with them.
That is unfortunate.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
it's good that you dealt with it then. I would hate for them to be a threat to the colony.
Indeed, sir. They will threaten no one now.
Excellent. Well then, you still have the other two
That's
tasks I informed of you. Go deal with them, and let's get this stuff handled.
Aye, aye, sir.
He continues eating breakfast.
I also eat breakfast, slightly more dignified.
And I'll eat breakfast even more dignified.
Through your straw.
Straws are always dignified.
You have 4 hands. You have twice as many manners as everyone else.
Right, there's a big logging thing.
And then there's the mine up top.
Well, I said we hit the logging. No, I'm not there.
Nope.
So to say something, Ryan?
No, I'm cool.
So, what's next on your list there?
I
Sir?
believe that we should go to this logging site. It is near to the landing, and so should present a shorter trip.
We got any background on this landing site? Or the logging site?
No, the logging site. Okay, yeah, you cycle through information that's available, and you hear some of the officers talking about it. Basically, there was a piece of heavy-duty logging equipment, actually several pieces of heavy-duty logging equipment in that general area, and then the people riding the logging equipment kept turning up with their skins missing.
Oh, wow.
So
Neat.
it was eventually determined that mining there or logging there was hazardous. However, the hardwood is greatly prized in certain parts of the core world, so they were essentially chopping the trees down, flying them back to Earth in the Milky Way galaxy, selling them for profit, and then returning with cheap, crappy wood to build local housing.
Isn't that always the way?
Yeah.
So, let me just get this straight. So, we are, what are we supposed to be doing there again?
Well, I believe we are looking for whatever did the skinnings, same way we did on that ship when we killed the, we never really got a name for it, but killed that monster.
I thought they were hippies.
No, not the hippies.
I distinctly remember you guys killing hippies.
This was before the hippies.
Oh, that was like months ago.
Neon
But
Genesis
it was
hippies.
similar, I think, to our objective here. You
So
are too
kill the
easily
bad thing.
lost. Yes.
Hey, this is not my command. I'm just trying to figure out what you want us to do.
I think it's another bug hunt. We will not know until we get there. Oh no. Look up at
What
the
you guys
rabbits.
talking about?
Hey, Billy. Evidently over at the logging, over
Yeah.
at the logging site, we're gonna be heading there.
Mm-hmm.
You
How's
are
that
out
happen?
of uniform.
Probably when you finally get done eating.
I ring out my ear on the table.
Quickly pull back my
Major
my food.
Crowley looks at. Yeah, Major Crowley looks at you, Moze.
Here we go.
Hey,
No,
hey, this
no
isn't mine.
time being looked at. Stand. Williams! You are to go and get into uniform immediately, or you will be given a black mark. Glance down at the major, glance at you.
Major nods. That's about the level of. Did you say you were naked, or what are you wearing in terms of your uniform?
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Just like really stiff face, like keeps his eyes keep darting down.
And about that.
If
I
you don't
take my-
react,
I
he's
my tray
gonna
of food.
charge you. What?
I take my tray of food, drop it on your legs, and turn around and head towards my room.
Major Crowley pauses. Excuse me. Again.
In the chat.
Operative. Yeah. Excuse me, Operative Williams, I believe.
What you want?
Oh no.
It's not what I want. My lieutenant here, he gestures to a python lizard, was interested in seeing the efficacy of your Fott-based high jump technique. If you wouldn't mind, please meet him outside of the rustling area in a minute or so.
Is that an order?
Yes, it is.
You want me to put on pants
Pythons.
first?
No. Let me check. Is that good with you? The python lizard has a big toothy grin that can only be described as ferocious, and he just said, "No problem, sir.
Towel, wiping
Looks
off
like
my
you're
lap.
fine."
I look back at the rest of everybody, and I look up at that python lizard, take my towel off, swing it over my shoulder. Let's go, big boy.
All right.
I
You and the
quietly
python
nod with
lizard now.
approval.
As the python lizard turns around to walk, I snap him with the towel.
He has a skin threshold that doesn't even notice.
Then I keep doing it.
I guess you think you have the advantage because of that, huh? I remain at the table. I will eat my food.
Major Crowley stands up and goes, No, this will be hilarious. Come on.
Yes,
Sir? This one's on you.
What's he gonna do? Mangle me more?
All right. So you two find yourself standing outside in the middle of the camp wrestling or physical wrestling training area.
Okay.
Oh, give me a sec here. I need to get the wrestling rules up. Jiminy Christmas. I wasn't expecting to have to use these today.
I thought we'd just roleplay it out and be done.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I call him Major Thrash. Or no, not Major. It's here. What's a...
Python lizards like heavy metal, so Major Thrash sounds like a pretty good name.
Yeah, but Major Crowley's the guy. So Captain Thrash, because the captain's lower than Major. So Captain Thrash. Captain Thrash walks over. He starts unbuttoning his... He's wearing his uniform coat, and he unbuttons it, and he hands it to a lieutenant. And he pops his neck, and it sounds suitably horrifying. Then he walks over, and he stands in the middle of the thing, and squats down into what looks like a modified horse stance, slams his tail to the ground, the end starts to quiver, and he raises his hand up and does one of those.
What's the size difference, Ryan?
Major Crowley is a size 8 python lizard, probably the biggest python lizard you've ever seen.
No. But
Crowley,
you mean
Thrash. Captain Thrash.
Or Thrash, excuse me, Major Thrash. Or Captain Thrash. Captain Thrash is a size class 8 python lizard. He is an enormous bulk of muscle.
Okay. And our Fott friend is a 6.
Which is impressive, but not
6'5".
nearly the same not the same league.
We're talking probably about a size factor of 2, 3.
Yeah, something. Size class, yeah, there's a 2 size factor difference, so there is an enormous difference.
Well, I'll walk up to him. But when I get within spitting distance, I spit in his eyes with the chaw in my mouth.
You try to spit that high.
I do.
Freaking... It's like a child.
okay.
It's like a child walking up to Hulk Hogan.
All right, you
Or someone that's
spit
good.
in his eyes. He's a water-based creature, so the second film in his eyes catch most of it, and he basically raises one hand and wipes his face off. Then, lightning fast, he grabs you by the head.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this, states Major Crowley, is what we like to call a python-based droopy slam. At which point, he starts going boom, 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 boom.
So it's Hulk and Loki is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. You take, let's see here, in total, 16 body points of damage by the time the wrestling match is over.
Okay, I'm unconscious. Here, let me see if I made my system shock roll.
Okay, good.
That would have been really bad if you killed him just then. But fitting with the
Yeah,
setting.
I'm sure. I'm honestly sure he's got several broken bones and is otherwise really badly mangled, but who can fucking tell? So, as he is laying there, Captain Thrash spits on him and turns, walks over, dunks his head in a bucket of water to get the chaw off of him, wipes his hands to get the fur out of them, and then puts his uniform jacket back on, and him and the Major go back to eat.
Well, once he gets, am I still conscious while he's doing this?
No, I'm pretty sure he's not going to stop until you're very much unconscious.
Okay, then.
You might still be conscious when he's getting ready to spit on. Okay, he's standing over top of your nearly unconscious form, hawking up, preparing to spit a huge loogie of python phlegm onto your face.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that. I'm gonna wait till he gets his uniform back on.
Okay, he puts his uniform jacket back on.
And gurgling through blood, you hear, "That's better put that uniform back on."
Oh.
He gonna die.
Okay. Say 45 or under, he fails his aggression check. He does not fail his aggression check.
Aside to the Major, Major, I need the Fott to not die.
The Major nods. Captain Thrash, well, does he need both legs?
No.
I'd have to come out of the general budget, though. Well,
He doesn't really need legs. He shoots.
I've got an easier solution. The Python Lizard walks back over and kicks you hard enough in the side to lift you off the ground and send you flying about 4 or 5 meters through the air.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and make that system shock roll again.
All right. You have lots of broken ribs.
Yep, I just kind of lay there.
Okay.
You can jump higher than that.
Oh.
I'm not at the responding point at this point.
Major Thrash glares at you, or Captain Thrash glares at you for a second and looks back over. Well, I could give it another try. Boom, boom, boom.
You're looking for 7 meters high.
Mm.
You're
Well.
really going to have to get your foot under the lift.
He picks you up he kind of picks you up and pulls your eyelid back. Are you still conscious, or are you out?
I'm conscious, but unless you say I'm not.
I'm not saying anything.
What
He's glancing straight
kind
down
of
your
body
eye.
points are you at?
Well, my death score is at -10. I was at -4 before he kicked me.
So you're 4 below death?
No, I'm at -4 of -22.
Yeah, modern met. One of the main reasons they can do this is sort of like Starship Troopers. They're going to yell medic as soon as they're content that he's learned his valuable lesson, and someone with a massive BRI is about to jam it into James's butt until he gets feeling better.
Like I said, I'm not in the responding mood now.
Okay. Yeah. Captain Thrash stands up. Nah, I think he's learned his lesson. And he walks over with the Major and they leave.
Medic!
Okay.